Kapsam Health Products, Automated Pharmacy Compounding Solutions. Nutrimix KS-240 is an automated compounding system which brings you an innovative and efficient solution for your critical and complex multi-ingredient micro and macro pharmacy compounding process. With 24-port ingredient mixing ability and state-of-the-art features, Nutrimix KS-240 eliminates manual additions and provides speed and accuracy for compounding parenteral nutrition, CRRT, Cardioplegia, base solutions, and epidurals. Let's look at the system in more detail. The main compounding unit is the main electromechanical portion of the system, consisting of 24 valve actuators, peristaltic pump chamber, bubble and occlusion sensors, and various sub-operation units. The display unit is the user interface portion of the system, with 12-inch high-resolution touchscreen PC. It can communicate with other client computers via Wi-Fi or cable connection. It has the Windows 10 operating system and runs the system software to perform the fundamental operations. Scale unit is the gravimetrical control portion of the system, which sends the relevant data to the system software in order to calculate the error ratio of each compounding process. It has a stainless loading pan, which has guide pins for infusion bags. Calibration weight is a calibrated and certified 2 kg stainless chrome plating mass. It is used to self-calibrate the scale unit on a daily basis. Rack unit is the source solution holder portion of the system with 9 metallic sticks and appropriate mounting fixtures. It is compatible with vial, bottle, bag, and syringe type source containers. The system also has the bottom plate unit, which holds the main units together to have a minimum footprint and prevent the system from vibrations. Power unit is an optional accessory of the system, which is an uninterrupted power supply and used for avoiding voltage fluctuations and providing continuous workflow in case of a power cut. The system also has other optional accessories, such as barcode reader with wireless and wired options for identification, verification, and tracking of the source solutions and disposables. Thermal label printer for printing final container and source solution container labels. Report printer for printing the needed information regarding the compounding process and more. The printers can be connected both to the compounding system and order entry computers. Preparing the system for daily operation. Before starting the daily setup of the system, wear your personal protective equipment and provide all needed source solutions and disposables. Always use the aseptic technique during the operation of the system. Once every 24 hours, a successful daily setup is required to ensure precise solution delivery. To begin the daily setup process, tap the Daily Setup button on the left banner of the main screen. Tap the Start New Daily Setup button and select Continue. Stage 1. Scale Unit Calibration Process. Tap the Scale Calibration button on the Daily Setup menu. Unload the scale unit and select Continue. The empty weight of the scale unit is measured at this first step. Place the 2 kg calibration weight onto the scale unit and select Continue. The loaded weight of the scale unit is measured at this second step and the scale calibration process is completed. Remove the calibration weight and keep it in its storage case. Once the scale unit is calibrated successfully, the red exclamation mark on the screen turns to the green check mark. Stage 2. Placement of the transfer sets and ingredients. Tap the Placement of the Transfer Sets and Ingredients button on the Daily Setup menu. Place the valve set onto the valve actuators, pushing the tabs on each end down to fit it into place. Feed the valve set tube through the housing canal by rotating the pump rotor in a counterclockwise direction. After making sure that the valve set is mounted properly, select Continue. The previously selected valve configuration is seen on the screen. You can change the valve configuration using the Choose Configuration button. Connect one end of the transfer inlet to the corresponding valve port and the other end to the source solution container. Hang the source solution container to the rack unit or to a hanger on the laminar hood. Attach the barcoded numerator label of the corresponding valve to the appropriate part of the inlet line. Touch the valve box on the screen. Check and define the instant volume of the source solution on the screen. You can use the electronic Y-site feature to minimize the need for source container changeovers by hanging more than one source container of the same ingredient to different valve ports. Follow these steps for the rest of the ingredients to be used on a daily basis. Once this stage is completed, the red exclamation mark on the screen turns to the green check mark. Stage 3. Priming and verifying process. Tap the Prime and Verify button on the Daily Setup menu. Connect the calibration bag to the outlet port of the valve set and place it onto the scale unit. Scan the barcode label on the transfer inlet first, and then the corresponding source solution container label. Each valve box represents an ingredient. After a correct matching, the corresponding valve box is activated on the screen. Tap the activated valve box on the screen to prime the corresponding line. Check the transfer line to be sure that the ingredient is primed properly, without any remaining air in the line. If necessary, prime again by tapping the valve box once again. Select Continue to verify that the transfer inlet is attached to the correct port and primed properly. A green check mark appears on the valve box after this verification. Follow these steps for the rest of the ingredients to be used on a daily basis. Stage 4. Pump calibration process. Make sure that the calibration bag is placed on the scale unit properly and there is sufficient calibration ingredient hung on the device. Tap the Pump Calibration button on the Daily Setup menu. 100 milliliters of calibration ingredient is pumped twice, and the needed adjustments based on these two deliveries are made automatically. Once the pump is calibrated successfully, the red exclamation mark on the menu turns to a green check mark, and the authorization report of the calibration process is shown on the screen. Tap the Close button to finalize the daily setup process. 30 ml of universal ingredient is pumped automatically after this step to flush the line with the appropriate ingredient. The device is ready for daily operation after this final step. The detailed daily setup process records can be reached from the Reports menu. Order entry and approval process. You can use the device display unit or any other computers on the same network for order entry process. It is also available to enter orders by using the Nutrisoft web service application through an internet web browser. In order to enter a prescribed order, open Nutrisoft TPN order entry software and log in with your account ID. Enter the relevant patient information. Select the appropriate order template for the corresponding order. Enter the prescription information of the order and check the warning messages based on predefined hard and soft limits. Approve the order and print out the pre-label of the corresponding order. As a final control step, an authorized pharmacist approves the order. After the final approval, the corresponding order is simultaneously sent to the device pending list and can be seen on the device screen. Order compounding process. Before starting the compounding process, remove the infusion bag from the package, attach the order information label on it, and place it properly on the scale unit. Place it face down and insert the guide pins through the bag holes. Route the filling port tube of the infusion bag through the harness of the scale unit. The pending patient order details can be reached on the device screen. You can see the patient name, order ID, ingredient names, port numbers, sequences, and ordered volumes. The manual edition ingredients are highlighted in red colour on this list. You can also monitor the progress of the compounding process on the bottom left of the screen. Start the compounding process by either tapping the Run button or scanning the barcode label on the empty infusion bag. It's highly recommended to use barcode technology to reduce human-based errors and enhance patient safety. Select the bag size. The compounding process starts automatically and a red arrow occurs respectively at the top of each active valve port. At the end of the compounding process, the system calculates the error ratio of the order, comparing the ordered and the measured weights. The result info can be seen on the bottom left side of the screen. Unload the infusion bag from the scale unit properly and lock the safety clamp. Once the compounding process has completed successfully, the final confirmation label is printed automatically. Attach the final confirmation label to the infusion bag and pack it for transferring to the administration ward. The detailed compounding activity records can be reached from the Reports menu and printed if needed. The reports can be modified by using any other records of the database. Integrated security features. Bubble and occlusion detection warning. The system detects air bubbles and occlusions thanks to the integrated bubble and occlusion sensors. Pump cover warning. When the pump cover is opened, the system stops the compounding operation thanks to the integrated pump cover sensor. Non-empty and unloaded bag warning. The system warns the user when the scale unit is not loaded or loaded with a non-empty infusion bag. Insufficient source warning. The system warns the user to provide the source solution with the needed amount to complete the operation. Barcode scan warning. The system performs barcode verification before swapping the source container. Universal ingredient mismatch warning. The system detects a universal ingredient mismatch or a wrong ingredient existence inside the main transfer line. Prime warning. The system warns the user if an ingredient of the related order is not primed. Set expiry warning. The system warns the user when more than 24 hours is elapsed after installing the transfer sets. Non-completed daily setup warning. The system warns the user to complete the daily setup operation in order to start the compounding process. Kapsam Health Products. Automated Pharmacy Compounding Solutions.